most of them out here with a video about Balthazar Gelt and his full wizard army. We're going to put Balthazar Gelt and his wizard army up against the Staff of Valan's quest battle. But before I get into that, I'll just explain a little bit about Balthazar Gelt's new start and his new faction mechanics. Now, you might not want to have a full stack of wizards because it might not be the most cost effective or the strongest army, but it actually is good because it gives you more arcane essays. This is the new currency that Balthazar Gelt gets that he uses for everything in his Colleges of Magic interface. Basically, you get arcane essays every time you fight a battle where battle wizards are present, but you get more the more battle wizards you have. So you get 30% extra essays if Balthazar Gelt's present, and then you get an extra 10% for each battle wizard in your army. And there's also a technology that you can unlock that gives you an extra 10% on top of that. So for Balthazar Gelt's full wizard army, so he gets 230% extra essays for every battle. And having a constant influx of essays is good because you can keep buying wizards. They start to get expensive once you buy a heap of the same type. And it's costing me 400 now for Amber Wizards because I've got a few of those in the stack. But also you can spend your essays on other power-ups. So one of them is you can spend on these Cataclysm spells, and you get to use the Cataclysm spell once as one use, but you can also unlock a technology that gives you an extra use for all of your Cataclysm spells. So you get 2 uses, and you can keep those Cataclysm spells for however many turns that it says here. Looks like they're all 2 turns. Then you've also got these repeatable actions that you can do as well. I'll just go through them all, I guess, quickly. So the Golden Order can just create money. Every 3 turns, you can create 3,500 gold in your treasury. They've got compelled corrosion ability that just gives minus 30 armor for everybody in the region. Amethyst wizards get Shy Storm, damages all enemy forces in the same region as the wizard's army. So this is why you might want to have at least one of each wizard in your army and then make up the rest with Amber Order wizards, because you can only use these abilities on an army if you have that particular type of wizard in the army. So you kind of want, 8 wizards in every army so you can maximize your usage of these powers. And we've got Ashes and Dust Cataclysm spell. Bright Wizard gets the Bright Key. You can use to break down enemy walls and destroy enemy defensive structures. Magma Storm Cataclysm spell. The Celestial Wizards get this really powerful one, Celestial Scrying. Instantly replenish the action points of the target army. So you only do that once every 8 turns, so you might want to save it, and it's pretty expensive, but that one's a good one to have available. Wilson's Thunderstorm Cataclysm spell. Jade Wizards can heal your whole army instantly, or you can do Storm of Renewal Cataclysm spell, which is a massive heal. Beast Wizards get Call of the Wild, gives you 3 summons of the Beast Incarnate. Merciers Monstrous Regiment gives you a big buff to 1 ally. Light Wizards get 200 barrier to the entire army. Time of Muck gives extra speed to your army and freezes all the enemies. And the Grey Wizards get Stalking Stance for the target army that's got the Grey Wizard in it for 2 turns, and Ambush Success plus 100. So that means you can ambush attack the way that Beastmen and Skaven can, or Lithanar. A Dance of Despair is an interesting Cataclysm spell. It gives minus 24 leadership, and it removes undead, construct, unbreakable, demonic, and elemental attributes. So basically, all of the types of units that can't flee can flee. And additionally to that, you've got these powerful single-use actions that you can unlock just once you get enough essays for them. So there's Robes of Supreme Patriarch for Gelt. There's Shaman Katana. That can only be equipped by Gelt. All of the schools have this, minus 20% cost for that particular Law of Magic. And 2,000 essays gets you a bound Cataclysm spell, Gehenna's Golden Orb for Balthazar Gelt. Amethyst Wizards get the Hourglass of Shyish Sands. That actually gives you infinite winds of magic as well, with constant reserves per second, and reduces the cost of Spirit Leech. Again, they get the minus 20% cost for the Law. Fire Wizards get Torch Staff of Wrath. Celestial Wizards get Astrolabe of Tomorrow's Moon. Oaken Sickle of Gyran. Cheap heals for your Jade Wizards. Also increases your healing cap for your army. Cloak of Anrahir. Amulet of Refraction. And Shadow Wizards can unlock the Grey Wand. As well as the Colleges of Magic, Gelt's got a couple of other things that make his mages really powerful. His new starting location in the region of the Temple of the Elemental Winds has this landmark. Gives Master of the Elemental Winds for battle wizards for all armies. So as long as you hold this settlement, Gelt's wizards give you extra spell intensity. So all of the spells that Gelt or his wizards cast are going to be doing 200% damage, 200% healing, double effective buffs. On top of that, all battle wizards have got a new skill line, this one here. So the first part of the skill line is the same for all of the battle wizards. Whichever school of magic the wizard is, that'll be for their particular school of magic. Lord's Counselor makes them better for doing map actions. Bright Scholar gives them minus 10% Winds of Magic cost for their whatever their school of magic is, and gives you another plus 5 Winds of Magic power capacity for the army. Battle Hardened gives them plus 20 armor and plus 10% speed. And then they have these new unique abilities. So this enables flammable attacks for the wizard and fire resistance for the hero's army. Light Wizard has the same, these first 4 are the same, just tailored to their particular school of magic. Then they give you Aura of Protection in 35-meter radius around the wizard, and minus 2 corruption for local province. Ember Wizards, same first 4 skills. Then they have Kettle's Call. They can summon giant hawks. That's another reason why you want to have a lot of that's another reason you want to have a lot of Ember Wizards, both because they can ride Imperial Griffins, makes them good in combat, plus they get those free summons, free bound summons. Amethyst Wizards get Unsettling Radiance. This one's an interesting one. It gives minus 10% battle healing cap to enemy armies in local region. So if you had a full stack of like 20, so if you have enough Amethyst Wizards, you can reduce their battle healing cap right down. Grey Wizards get Into the Shadows, gives them Slippery and plus 20% ambush chance for the hero's army. Life Wizards get plus 10% healing cap. Gold Wizards get 10% physical resist, and they have a tempered aura that gives plus 15 armor in a 55-meter radius. Celestial Wizards give plus 5% campaign movement range to the hero's army, plus 15%, they have plus 15% line of sight, and they get ambush defense chance plus 20%. The other factor is the extra Winds of Magic and the extra recharge. So for every battle wizard that you have in your army, you can get plus 5 magic reserves there, then plus 5 magic reserves there, so it's plus 10 magic reserves, plus you can have a hedge wizard equipped, so that's plus 18 magic reserves per wizard. So if you have 19 wizards in your army, that's a lot. And you can have Arcane Conduit, giving you an extra 40% faster power, having extra 40% faster power recharge per wizard. So that's what I mean by, you know, it might be better, it might be that you could have stronger stacks without wizards, but there's definitely advantages to having just a full stack of wizards in Gelt's armies. So this army's maximum reserves is now 459 Winds of Magic. That's not even maxed out. We'll be able to get that even a little bit higher once some of these wizards get leveled up and we get a few more followers. Plus, we're going to get more unlocks in the College of Magic that are going to make spells cheaper, which will give us even a higher effective pool of magic to cast. But we've already got more than enough to be overkill for this quest battle, or probably any battle that you could possibly run into. But yeah, we'll demo the power of the wizards. So yeah, so we've got 1800 essays to spend, so we can go in here and grab a few of these cataclysm spells. And we'll make the enemy army have 30 less armor as well. Why not? So we've got all of our different cataclysm spells now, and we're ready to jump into this. Ready to jump into this quest battle. Yeah, so that the AI thinks that we're not going to be very strong because we've got a bunch of these like low armor wizards, but yeah, we've got crazy amounts of magic. So
if Orr thinks he can take what is rightfully mine, then he is very much mistaken. I will be Supreme Patriarch. I will wield the Staff of Volans. The wind of Shaman will rise and blast any who get in my way. Now is the time for the Gold Order, and I will brook no interference. Any who get in my way will see their armor run into lead goblets, their blades melt, and their bones turn to gold. Now, men, fight! Bring me victory! The Emperor needs me, not some pathetic pyromancer or insipid white wizard! For the good of the Empire, I will rise to the highest magical office in the land, and this fool will not stop me!
All right. So, oh, actually, accidentally left some of my guys flying. That's all right. He must have leveled up. All right. So we've got our wizards. I think the enemy's got some artillery, so we might just move them into the forest just so they don't get shot in the face, and also to make it a bit easier to pull in the enemies, so that we can so we can sort of blob them up for more devastating effects with our magic. We've got to wait 30 seconds for our Cataclysm spells. Also, we want to get a bit more magic into our pool. You can see there all the Arcane conduits on our wizards just stacked up, giving us really fast recharge. So we're at one power per 1 second. I'm not sure if it's, I think it might be capped at 1 per 1 second. So yeah, there's a few wizards here that don't have Arcane conduit yet, so that we could get it on. But yeah, I'm not sure if you can get it faster than 1 per 1 second or not. Yeah, so we'll just go over here and get into melee. I mean, we probably could tank those cannons, but just send our wizards through the forest. Alright, all our Cataclysm spells are ready to go now. I wonder if they do 200% damage. No, so spell intensity doesn't work on them. But if you look at your normal spells, so you've got spell intensity 200%, so everything does like double damage. Which is pretty cool, but the Cataclysm spells just do normal regular damage. So yeah, we've got like non-overcast double damage on all our spells, which is pretty cool. And we'll let them come in a bit. Oh, actually, let's just whatever. We'll just drop some spells around the place. Yeah, we'll use Spirit Leech on this guy, and then we'll get a second Death Wizard. We'll use Overcast Spirit Leech, so then you'll have double Spirit Leeches, 2 Spirit Leeches ripping into him at the same time, and both those Spirit Leeches are doing double damage because of the spell intensity on them as well. If you have a bound spell version of Spirit Leech, you can actually stack that on top of that as well, and have 3 Spirit Leeches going at once. Alright, that's the first army gone. I think there's another army. We might have killed them too fast. We're going to wait a while for the... Oh, here we go. Guess we'll use this direct damage Cataclysm spell. Oh, yeah, new Lord. So we Spirit Leech him. And we Overcast Spirit Leech him. And we can use our healing Cataclysm spell to just heal everybody. There we go, everyone's health's pumping up. Just get all of our double damage spells going. Now that Lord's pretty much dead already. You can Spirit Leech this Witch Hunter hero as well. Where to go? And we'll Overcast Spirit Leech him as well. Oh, the first one didn't go off. There we go. Double Spirit Leech on him. Why is that locked out? Still have to spend your Winds of Magic to get through the Cataclysm spells, so just gotta wait for them to boot up a bit. Alright. I think that's it. Unless there's another army. No, that's it. So yeah, that's how powerful his mage stack is. Obviously that army wasn't the most dangerous army you could come up against, but yeah, I've tried him in a few different situations and seems to work pretty well, even without the Cataclysm spells, even just normal. Even without the Cataclysm spells and even without spell intensity, like before you get those unlocked, even just the basic mage stack, just with heaps and heaps of Winds of Magic and heaps of Magic Recharge, you just kept pounding out spells one after another. Yeah, it seems pretty good. I'm thinking I'm going to try and run a Gelt, you know, all wizard campaign pretty much. Just go as many wizards as I can possibly get. Now, you need to use the Colleges of Magic to initially hire your wizards and unlock wizard capacity. But then once you've unlocked them and once it gets sort of so expensive that that it's hard to keep affording more wizards through your Colleges of Magic interface, you can start recruiting wizards to replace them. So what I mean by that is you might want to have a stack of like 15 amber wizards just with a few other wizards in the army just so you can use the other abilities, but just hiring 15 amber wizards in a row, the cost will go up and up and up. But what you can do is just hire one of each, then hire two of each, then hire three of each, then sack a bunch of them, like delete a bunch of them, and then just go to your normal wizard college and just recruit amber wizards from there to replace them. Because every time you do this, it doesn't matter which order of magic that you hire, it increases your wizard capacity by one. So, and then you can replace them with whatever type of wizard that you want. Sorry, I probably should have talked about Balthazar Gelt's new start earlier in the video, but just before I end it, Balthazar Gelt now starts in Cathay, and you get these series of dilemmas. I think you get 3 or 4 of them at the start of your campaign as you take out these Burning Wind nomads. Basically, your job is to take out these Burning Wind nomads and just delete their faction entirely on behalf of Xiaoming. And then each step of the sort of quest to wipe them out, you'll get a little dilemma with some different rewards that you can choose. On this first one, I go for a Temple of Elemental Winds to instantly upgrade to tier 2. Because the Temple of Elemental Winds is the one that gives you this landmark building, which gives Master of the Elemental Winds to all of your battle wizards. So without this settlement and without this building, you don't get that extra spell intensity. So later on, you'll get the opportunity to go back to the Empire. But if you take the dilemma to go back to the Empire, all of your Cathayan regions will instantly be given to Xiaoming, and just your armies will teleport back to the Empire with a range of buffs. Now that seems like a really interesting mechanic, and it'd be really interesting playing in the Empire with no settlements but just your armies. But you will lose this building. So I guess maybe the meta way to play would be to conquer, finish the quest, conquer all of the regions for Xiaoming, then don't take his offer to return to the Empire, keep all of your settlements in Cathay, and then use your quest battles to get vision on the Empire factions, and then use diplomacy to confederate an Empire faction so that you can then start transferring your forces back over to the Empire while still trying to keep hold of this province at the same time. That's if you want to operate in the Empire. If you just want to have a Cathayan campaign, then you're all set. Or you could take Return the Land, teleport all of your stuff back to the Empire, then continue to work on diplomacy with Miao Ying until you get a military alliance, and then at some point later on, use Borrow Army to borrow one of his armies to take some new territory in the Cathayan region, and then hopefully eventually trade for it. Trade to get your Temple of Elemental Winds. Like if you could borrow an army, take Knobbly Gorge or something, build that up enough, and then potentially trade it for the Temple of Elemental Winds, maybe. Anyway, this new dilemma system I think is really cool. The start of the campaign just feels really thematic and interesting, like working for Zhao Ming and, you know, Balthazar Gelt being out basically on a special mission away from the Empire and stuff. But the whole idea of teleporting back to the Empire and then having these armies that are teleporting back to the Empire and essentially being like a horde faction. You don't take no settlement attrition for 10 turns. Got all these buffs. When you take over settlements, you get instant population for free. So that could be a really interesting way to play an Empire campaign as well. And you can get back quite quickly. So turn 8, you can be back in the Empire playing an Empire campaign. So yeah, I'm really excited to start I'm really excited to start a Balthazar Gelt campaign. Probably be my second campaign with the patch, I would say, after Karl Franz. Yeah, let me know what you guys think, and if you can think of any other alternative ways of starting out the Balthazar Gelt campaign, I'd be interested to hear it. Thanks.